Dynamite.
What is up, guys? It is your favorite Otaku Lotus here today, and welcome back to the Nerd Corner. And in today's video, it is time again for Sustain the Industry, this time for the month of July 2016. You guys already know what this is. A series of videos where I show you all the anime and manga that I picked up over the course of the month. And I actually don't have any anime to show off once again, but I do have quite a bit of manga. I didn't pick up very many series, but I picked up quite a few volumes. I believe it's roughly 49 or 50, give or take 1 or 2, somewhere around there. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to get through, so I don't want to waste too much time on the intro, but I will say there's probably a lot of information that you should check out in the description down below. And with that said, let's get into the manga. So first up, we have All You Need Is Kill in this pretty hefty 2-in-1 omnibus from Viz. But All You Need Is Kill is a pretty dope story about this character right here named Kaiji. And he's a soldier who's trying to fight off these alien invaders known as mimics, right? And then in the very beginning of the story, he dies, but he wakes up back in bed like the very next morning, and at first he kind of thinks maybe it was a nightmare, but it felt all too real. And then slowly throughout the day, he's getting a lot of deja vu. He's like, hold on, this feels like everything I just did yesterday, or like in the dream, and he ends up dying on the battlefield again. But he wakes up once more back in bed the next morning, so he realizes that for whatever reason, he keeps living this day over and over again, and he's looping. He isn't quite sure how to deal with this, but slowly he starts to realize that he can use this to his advantage. He starts to grow stronger and smarter. He's learning things on the battlefield after each loop. He's becoming better at handling and fighting off the mimics. So he starts to become like the top soldier in the military alongside this character right here named Rita, or by her alias, you know, the Full Metal Bitch, which sounds pretty savage. I mean, I think that's a pretty cool alias. But anyway, yeah, Kaiji, he starts to become stronger, starts to become smarter, and as the story progresses, things get deeper and more interesting, and I really enjoyed it, and it's something that I really wanted to add to my collection, but I never bought because it just wasn't, you know, high on the priority of list of things that I wanted. But it's drawn by Takeshi Obata, as you guys can see down there at the bottom, art by Takeshi Obata. And if his name sounds familiar, you might recognize him from, you know, Death Note, Bakuman, Hikaru no Go, School Judgment, the series Platinum End that's coming out in October that I'm really looking forward to. But yeah, I want everything that Takeshi Obata that has drawn. I want everything that Takeshi Obata has drawn that gets an English release. So this is something I definitely needed in the collection. And I actually didn't buy this myself. I actually won this in a giveaway from ArmouredOtaku on YouTube. So I'll definitely leave a link to his channel in the description down below. Really big shout out to him. Huge thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I can't stress enough how much I appreciate it, because I've never won a giveaway before. And to get this was really dope. He's a great guy who also does anime and manga content, you know, reviews, pickup videos. I like his videos. I like interacting with him in the comment section and on Twitter. So again, I'll leave links to his channel and his Twitter in the description down below. I highly recommend you guys checking him out, giving his content a try, because I support anybody who supports me, as well as anyone who sustains the industry and is passionate about anime and manga just like I am. So really happy to have All You Need Is Kill in the collection, and I might just read this again today, because I really liked it the first time through, and it's been a couple of months since the last time I read it, so I think I can enjoy this again. So yeah, All You Need Is Kill. Really happy to have this. And next up we have Full Metal Alchemist. Yes, I finally got around after so long to picking up the complete series box set for Full Metal Alchemist. I said, I don't know, in a haul video maybe sometime last year that eventually I would pick it up. Well, I finally had a YOLO moment, pulled the trigger, and now it's happily in my collection. So here we have Volume 1. And I guess I'll give my thoughts on the series, because I've already read the entire series, all 27 volumes. So I'll talk a little bit about it, not so much the story per se, because I think, you know, most people know about Full Metal Alchemist. It's one of the most popular series of all time, so whether you've seen the original 2003 anime, or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, or you've read the manga yourself, I don't think I have to talk too much about it, because I think most people will be familiar with it. But I read it for myself for the first time upon getting this box set, and I gotta say, I was impressed, because I've heard great things about the series. You know, so many people, it's their favorite or somewhere in like their top 10 list of favorites, and I wasn't sure how well it would live up to that hype and the expectations I had for it, set by others who have told me about the series. Now, I will say right off the bat that I did like it a lot. I thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish, especially maybe the last 4 or 5 volumes. I thought they were pretty phenomenal, and the ending was very on point. I was very satisfied. But this manga does not make its way into my own top 10 list. It's not one of my favorites, but it's a very good story. It's very strong, very solid, and I do recommend it to anybody who hasn't read it, especially if you're a fan of shonen, or if you're somebody who is tired of seeing, you know, the typical shonen that we see all the time, the stereotypical tropes and characters. Because one thing I will give Fullmetal Alchemist credit for is that it's not a typical shonen. Like, yes, it's a battle manga story, kind of action adventure type thing, but it's not, you know, a story where the main character is like, you know, super typical. He has these really idealistic, you know, dreams and aspirations and goals, and he's unrealistic in many aspects. And when his friends are in trouble, he gets like these massive power-ups and things like that. It's not like that. Like, there's never a situation where, say, Edward is in like this dire straits or whatever, and his friends are in trouble, and he gets like this big power boost out of nowhere, and he's able to save the day. And not only that, but he's very human. Like, he's very realistic in like the way he thinks and feels and acts and talks, and it's very believable. All the characters are really that way for the most part. Like, it's a very realistic and believable story. Now, granted, I'm saying that this is a story about, you know, alchemy, where people maybe are able to make things technically not out of thin air. It's through science, but it's more type of a magical kind of science compared to, you know, real life. But the way the characters are portrayed, the way the story progresses is, you know, very realistic and very believable, and it's something that I really appreciated and was surprised by, because I don't know, I guess for whatever reason I expected us to fall more into, you know, the typical mold of a shonen, but it doesn't, and that was something that I was pleasantly surprised by. Another thing I want to point out is that the artwork in the story is very crisp, very clean. However, I was kind of surprised by the lack of detail in the panels and the backgrounds. That's not to say that it's bad by any means, but Fullmetal Alchemist is a monthly series. So straight from the get-go, I was expecting something more along the lines of, you know, it's funny because I was going to say Takeshi Obata, but usually his series are weekly series, and it just always impresses me how he's able to put so much detail and work into his art. But basically, in short, I was expecting, you know, a higher level of detail and quality in the art. Now, it's not to say that the art's bad. It's very crisp, very clean, very fluid, very easy to follow. But there's just like a lot of negative spacing, you know, a lot of white panels and pages. And it's not bad by any means. Like I said, it's very well done. It just wasn't what I was expecting. But it's like the action scenes are very easy to follow because of that. All the art's given a lot of room to breathe. You've seen other series probably where a lot of times when there's fighting going on, it's kind of hard to follow. Some of the pages and panels get really, you know, cluttered. Everything's real clustered together, and sometimes you kind of just get lost. But that doesn't really happen ever with Fullmetal Alchemist. And I just want to take a moment to say right here, Major General Armstrong. This what a woman, yo. I was reading this, I'm like, whoa, this woman right here just might be like my new waifu. And I don't think I've ever said something like that about an anime or manga character, but you gotta love Major General Armstrong. That was one hell of a woman right there. But here's volume 18, and I I just sidetracked and completely lost my train of thought. But in short, just to recap, Fullmetal Alchemist is a pretty great shonen series. It's a battle adventure series, but it breaks a lot of the stereotypes and tropes that you expect from, you know, other series like Naruto or My Hero Academia or Bleach or something like that, or Fairy Tail. So I do highly recommend it if you've never read it. I really enjoyed it, and it has a phenomenal ending, which is something I was kind of surprised by, because I'm often disappointed with the endings in anime and manga. Sometimes they just feel really lackluster, whether it's because they were anticlimactic, or they were rushed, or they were too slow, or things just didn't end the way you expected or wanted them to. Didn't feel that way with Fullmetal Alchemist. The ending was, I won't say it was perfect, but it was damn good. It was pretty on point, and I came out satisfied. And the last few volumes leading up to it were absolutely phenomenal. I will say, like, the last 6 volumes were definitely my favorite of the series. It was great. So you have volume 23, volume 24, volume 25. And I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I didn't show any of the backs of these volumes because the images on the back are just the same as the front. So yeah. Volume 26. And then last but not least, volume 27. So yeah, finally have the Fullmetal Alchemist box set in my collection, and I'm happy to own it. Oh, and I almost forgot to show the Ties That Bind novel that came with it. I haven't read this yet. I actually have absolutely no idea what goes on in this. I haven't so much as even flipped through the pages yet. So yeah, it's definitely a novel of some sort. I don't know if this is a light novel. I'm just going to assume it is, but I'll definitely get to reading that eventually. Just not right now. And then the last series that I actually picked up is the second box set for Naruto. And I know a lot of people do not like Naruto, you know, to each their own. I know there's a lot of people that have, you know, their issues, their problems, their flaws with the series, but it's something that I've loved since I was a kid. I grew up with it. I followed the story for over 10 years. So I've got a lot of attachment to the series. And even if you're not a fan of Naruto, you gotta appreciate the artwork, because the covers in Naruto are beautiful. Like, some of them are truly like masterpieces. And I really admire them. I really love them. And I have 21 volumes here, I believe, to show. That came in the second box set. So here we have volume 28, volume 29, /30, /31, /32, and this image on the back is actually pretty sick, like Naruto in that Kyuubi chakra mode. Well, technically this isn't the Kyuubi chakra mode, because that's a different form altogether that gets introduced later on, but you know what I mean. You got volume 33. And I'm actually really looking forward to rereading Naruto, because I've reread volumes 1 through 27, and here we have 34. I've reread volumes 1 through 27 before, especially since I own the box set. That was really easy to do. But when it comes to like the second arc, I guess you could say, or like the second part of the series, when it comes to like Shippuden, like I've never reread that. Like, that's something that I kept up with, you know, from childhood up until it ended, you know, falling off here and there and then always getting back on top. But I haven't, you know, reread through the story in ever. So it's something that I'm really looking forward to doing, because every time I read through the original series, you know, 1 through 27, I really enjoy it. Every time I rewatch any of the older episodes, I really enjoy it. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really excited to dive back into Naruto from like the start of the Shippuden, you know, part of the series, or the latter half. Well, it's not really half, it's more like 2/3 or 3/4 of the series, but you guys know what I mean. I'm just looking forward to getting back into it from the beginning of the time skip. And here we have volume 35, which has a really, really beautiful cover. All the colors, the detail in the background. Naruto's face looks kind of weird, but it's a really dope cover in my opinion. And then we got the Akatsuki squad there on the back, looking savage as ever. Here we have volume 36 with Kakuzu and Hidan. Volume 37. Volume 38, really love this cover as well, but that's because I'm a Sasuke fanboy. Say what you want about that, say what you want about Sasuke. He's one of my favorite characters, but I love all the Uchiha clan. Yes, I'm one of those guys. And here we have volume 39 with the Heavy squad before they became the Taka squad on the back there. Again, I'm a huge Sasuke fan. Any cover with him on the front, I'm gonna love it. But you can't deny that this looks pretty dope. I mean, they look like some straight savages. And here we have volume 40, another really sick cover in my opinion. Just look at the detail in that. But not only that, the fight between Sasuke and Deidara, in my opinion, was one of the illest fights like in the series. So this is definitely another volume that I'm really looking forward to diving into once I get back to rereading the series. I'm not sure if I'll reread the volumes that I have now, or if I'll wait till I get the third box set, because I would like to, but depending on how long it is until I get that, I might not be able to wait. So we'll see. And here we have volume 41. And this time we got the Akatsuki on the front. And hold on, did I show the back of volume 40? If I didn't, there it is. And then the final stretch of volumes, we have volume 42 with a really, really nice cover with Naruto and Jiraiya on the front. And even though I'm not a big fan of Jiraiya, don't kill me in the comments. I know we have some hardcore Jiraiya fans out there that I've encountered, but I've never been a huge fan of his character, but I think this is a really beautiful cover. And I love this image of Sasuke and Itachi on the back. And then, speaking of Sasuke and Itachi, we have volume 43, probably the thickest volume in Naruto. I don't remember how many chapters exactly there are in this, but I think it's like 13 or 14 chapters. It's very thick, very hefty, but this might be my favorite volume in all of Naruto. As I said, I'm a huge Sasuke fan. I'm a huge Itachi fan. Those are my personal 2 favorite characters. Love the Uchiha clan. And then if you're a Naruto fan, you already know what goes down in this. We have that really big fight between Sasuke and Itachi. We get all that backstory, and I just love absolutely everything that happens in this volume. Plus, it has a really dope cover, so it's one of my favorites, if not my favorite. And here we have volume 44. '45, another pretty sick ass cover. '46 with Kakashi down the front, as well as Pain and Naruto. '47, and I mean, come on, son. Like really, come on, son. I don't care how much you hate Naruto. If you don't think this is one of the sickest covers you've ever seen on a volume of manga, you just gotta be hating, because that's a work of art right there. That is just pure liquefied dopeness right there. I'm trying to tell you right now. And then last we have volume 48 with Nagato and Jiraiya, as well as Naruto. But yeah, that's really everything that I picked up for this month. No anime this month, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. So this is everything that I picked up for the month of July. Only picked up 3 series, as you guys can see, but this is still one of the biggest haul videos that I've ever done. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. It's funny because last month I said that I would have anime this time, and that didn't end up happening, but it's all good. Hopefully you guys still enjoyed the whole video. Definitely let me know in the comment section down below what you guys picked up this month, last month, what you're looking forward to picking up next month, what future releases you're really hoping to get your hands on. As I mentioned, I'm really personally looking forward to Platinum End in October. Also, I think I may or may not get my hands on the Kuroko's basketball manga. I'm not really a fan of 2-in-1 volumes, but you know, I'll see how that goes once I actually get my hands on a copy, like in a store, and check it out for myself. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today, guys. So hit this video with a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, so you can stay tuned for all the awesome content I plan on bringing you. And with all that being said, that's pretty much all I have for today. So I will catch you all next time. Later.